I decided to get involved with the clean air auction after a fabulous dinner that we had together, you and I, Joanne, where I found out a lot of these statistics about air quality in Hong Kong, and it seems like an incredibly important issue for us to come together on. I think it's something we really need to focus on. Specifically in terms of air pollution, it's definitely something that I'm very aware of, given the amount of time that I spend outside doing research for the projects, the installations that I work on. I've lived in a lot of different places. I grew up in Chicago. I spent a fair amount of time living in New York. I spend portions of the year in LA. All places that are not known for their clean air. Coming to Hong Kong really kind of highlights how bad the pollution is in the Pearl River Delta. I used to complain about Los Angeles. I'd come out from New York for semesters or to spend time there, and the smog would really get to me. Now that I've been living in Hong Kong for about 5 years, I go back to LA and it's a paradise. The piece that I made especially for this auction is titled "Wall." It's inspired by my wanderings through Hong Kong. The primary inspiration was a section of wall that's right behind Chungking Mansions, right outside of the North Gate. There's a very large section of wall that has been layered and layered and layered upon for, it looks like, about 20 to 30 years. And as the pieces have kind of come crumbling off of the surface, it gives the impression of kind of looking back into time through each of the different layers of tile, each from a different time period. In the piece, it's basically tied into a lot of my wanderings around Hong Kong, kind of looking at a combination of things. When you're looking at this sort of intersection of nature and urbanism. Also, I'm very interested in issues of historical and cultural preservation. I think that as a city that is not known for its cultural preservation, there are a lot of ways that things leave their trace in Hong Kong in a very hidden way. For example, with this wall that I just mentioned, as it starts to crumble, you start to find more and more of this stuff that is like entombed beneath the veneers of the city. I think the role that artists play in supporting social issues is not a simple one. I think that there's many people who approach pieces of work that are intended to serve a social function. They approach them in a way that is overly didactic. I think that if the point of a gesture, the point of the action is to pass information along, I think the best way to do that is through filmic media, through research, through written texts. For static work, for things like sculpture, for painting, for even art video, I think that the function is to stimulate dialogue.